I'm Sue Boo, bringing crafting to you, and today we're going to do the cutting part of making the card you can see on the screen, which is a pop-out gatefold card. So I showed you in the last video how to make that from scratch. Now we're going to do the cutting out. Okay, so what you will do then is once you've got that on your screen, you're going to go along to where it says make. Where's my mouse? There we go, make, and I'm going to press make. And then you will have to press on the card mat and confirm. And it will give you the card base to start with. Now on this, I actually did the white background, and of course because I've done the white card background, I don't actually want to make the card base in white. However, I do want to make this in white. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit this mat. So if you press on here, we are going to, you can actually move objects. So I want to move object. So I didn't click, did I? So I'm just going to go off that again. I'm going to click on the happy birthday in the bottom left hand corner because that I do want in white. So I'm going to, I've clicked on that, and now you'll see the little 3 dots there. So I'm going to click on that and click on move object. Now it brings up all your mats. So I actually want to put it onto the proper white mat that I'm going to do. So you just click on that mat and then press confirm. And that now has moved my little white thing. So I'm going to grab it and move it into a position I want now, up there. And I'm just going to click off because now I want to start it from 1. So I'm going to click back on my 1. Now that will then mean that I can cut out my card base in any colour. So I am going to get my coloured card now, and I am choosing the a purple card called Highland Heather. So I am going to now move you to where my Joy Extra actually is. So just bear with me while I pick up my bits and bobs out of the way so that I can put my camera in so that you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to move it. So if it's going to disturb you, just close your eyes a minute while I move over to my Joy Extra. Right, so let's see that. Hopefully that's going to give you a good view. Now I'm going to turn it slightly. Right, so the first thing that we'll need to do is take off our protective cover. So when you have these mats, you should always have your protective cover on until you're going to use it. Now what I do is I always put any scrap of vinyl on it on one side, so I always know which side I'm going to put it back on. And also you will also find that keeping it the same way as well and stops you losing it because you can see whatever you've put on. So I'm going to turn it over, put it out of my way. Now I'm going to position my card. Now it doesn't matter if you use centimeters or your inches. I tend to alternate mine. So let me just move this so you can see the mat. Okay, there we go, you can see the mat now. So I'll pull that a little bit away. Now the best thing to actually adhere these down onto the mat is with the brayer. So you want to give a good, and this is coming off camera, this is very difficult trying to show you this and the machine in view as well. So just give that a good roll down. so you can hear me even if you can't see it. Now I'm hoping that this has got plenty of stick left on it. If it's not, I tend to then start using some washi tape to hold it down as well. Now you go back to your screen, and I will bring my screen to you. So let's bring it. So you go back to your screen. So once you've braided that on, you go back, and where's my mouse gone? Hidden my mouse. That's a good idea, isn't it? Sorry for, I'm just going to hold it in position. So you can see there in the bottom corner, it has got continue. So you click on continue, and then you will see materials. Now I changed from the default materials that always come up there to materials I want to do. So I use a lot of light cardstock, which I do my DSP on the light cardstock. I use a lot of medium cardstock, so they're my main two. However, I have put some iron-on and other things and foil paper on there as well. But all you've got to do to bookmark them in place is you will go onto your materials, browse all materials. So let's just go on that to just show you. And here are some of them. So if I was wanting to use a lot of heavy cardstock, I could just click on that heavy cardstock, and when you press on that, it bookmarks it. So if I can go close that down now, you will see that I've now got heavy card on my set materials. So that's the way that they'll always be there. But if your material's not there, you can always go to browse your material and put it on. And you don't have to bookmark it, you could just click on it. But in this case, I like having my bookmarks in place. Right, so now it's medium cardstock that I'm using. Now here we go. This is because I am using the foil tool. So I have to move the star wheels if I am actually using the foil. However, I am not. So I am just going to tell it, yes, I've got it. And it tells me to put the foil transfer tool in first. If I was using foil, then I'd have to do the putting the foil on. However, at this point on this particular thing, I just want to use it for scoring. So as soon as we've got the transfer tool in, so I'm going to move this out of your way and go back now to my transfer tool, which I've put away, hopefully. I should have got it out. There we go. So this is my transfer tool. Where are we? There we go. My transfer tool. So you will see it's got a pointed top. So this is the one for the Joy and the Joy Extra. So all you do, I'm going to move this in a bit closer now so you can see what's going to happen. So you just slide that to the side. You can hear it go backwards and forwards. You can put your blades, there is some magnet somewhere around here. Where are you? There. Okay, so you don't lose your blade. Then I'm going to put in my foil blade and then click. You heard it click close. Right, now as soon as excuse me, I'm going to sneeze, sorry. You see on the Joy Extra, this possibly could be on the Joy 2 as well, I'm not sure, and the Joy, but it's definitely on the Joy Extra. You have this little sensor. Now that sensors, and when you have done your card setting or whatever material cutting, as soon as I place this over that sensor, it will start going, which you might be able to hear or you might not. Now when I put my mats in, the Joy can be very fussy. So if you don't put them in correctly, then this is when you start having trouble with your mat. Now, how I do it, I'm stood to the left-hand side of my machine and I push down to the left, making sure that you get it under your little overlap things here. And as soon as I go over, you'll hear it. There you go. And I keep pushing forward, keeping it against that side, and then it should have gone in perfectly now. And this mat has been used a lot, so it comes in, goes out, and it's happy now. So on my laptop now, it shows me that I need to click on go in that corner. So I'm going to, it's a bit hard to go in that corner. There we go. So now all it's going to do is actually all those foil lines that I put on, it's now actually using that to score. Okay, has it done it? No, what? Oh dear, resume. I must have caught it somehow. Sorry about that. So as I put my laptop down, I probably pressed something. So I just had to press resume. It's because I'm picking up the laptop. Don't usually have that issue. Okay, so it's putting these all in. Now, once it's put all the score lines in, it will then, which is the foil lines, will then tell you to change to your fine point blade. So all you've got to do is just unclip, take out. There is a magnet at that end as well. We can drop the blade back in now, close up that, and then as soon as we've done that, all we've got to do is go and press go. Okay, and this is cutting out the card base now. Okay, so once you have done this, it will prompt you then to unload. So I'm going to click on unload, and then it will come up to our next one, which is this I'm going to do in white. So if you just hover over it, it shows you what it is. So I know I want that in white. Now you can see here it says pen and basic cook. Now this is always the order that things are going to go in. So I will need my pen first, and then I will need my blade. So first of all, we've got to get this off the card mat so it's unloaded. So I like to bend my card mat and lift it away. Okay, and my blade is getting less sharp, I've noted. Okay, so that now is our card base, and I'm going to just put that on one side for the moment. Okay, and then the next one is white card. Now I like to look if I've got any scraps. So what I do is I bring back in here. So I can see that I need a piece that's about 4 inches by 8 inches, I would say. So I'm looking for a piece of card that's about 4 by 8. Now, of course, you can put a bigger bit of card in. You could, but if you've got any scraps that you want using up, that's better. Now I'm going to look here first, and I wanted it to be 4 inches. Now this is not 4 inches, but it's about 3.5. So that's not quite big enough. I was hoping that was going to be big enough. but it's not going to be big enough, so I'm going to look if I've got any more scraps that are going to be bigger, and it doesn't look, so it might mean I've got to go for a whole sheet. Okay. So let's have a look. I've found another bit of scrap. Okay. Let's see. So I'm going to measure this. Yes, that's more than 4. Yeah, that's going to work. Now I'm finding that the other side's getting a bit loose, so I'm going to do it back on the centimetres, but I needed to measure that to make sure it was all right. Okay, and again I'm going to brayer this down, so you can just hear me doing that because my machine's in the way, you can't actually see me, but I like to give it a good brayer down. There we go. And then once we've done that, because I've just hovered over that, I'm going to go off now. Again, I've got to choose my material, so it's medium cardstock, and this time it's shown me here the tools I've got to use, which is my black pen first. So I'm going to get the black pen and put it in here. So I'll take out my blade. The blade's going to sit there, and then I'm going to get my black pen. Now I've never actually, I don't usually test these, but I actually store mine like this. The reason I store it like that is because I use a lot of Stampin' Up products, and I found if you store your blends and your markers that way, they seem to last so longer. Right, so now all we've got to do is again go for keeping it to the right hand side. As we push over, we can hear that it's coming. There we go. That knocks it off. So your pens, it's no good having your pen on while that's on. So this is going to write me a happy birthday now. Okay, and I've got to click. So once it's gone in and out, you then have to click your go in the corner down there. Okay, so that's preparing, and we'll do it. So it's going to write now, and it's always funny how it writes. It doesn't write you happy all in one go. It does different things. It's really weird, really. There we go. Right, now on the screen it's now telling me, look, now tells me I have got to put my blade in. So I'm going to take that out, put my cap back on. Oops. I click it, you heard that nice click. Then put my blade back in, and then I can press on the go again. Where am I? Oh, yeah, I should be able to see it. Where is it? There. Okay. Bit hard while I've got my laptop up in my hands. So we made this fancy, so it's cutting out the fancy bits. So it's doing that first. And then we need it to cut out our rectangle. Okay, and then it will require me to unload, look. So there we go. Right, so I've unloaded that. Now it's going to do the one that I did in grey. But the one I did in grey, I'm not so sure I want it in grey. I'm going to use a piece of DSP for that. So I'm going to choose my DSP. So I only need to find something that's maybe just over 2 and 3. So I'm going to look for a piece of DSP for that. And I think, let's have a look. I really like, how shall I have that? Let's see which piece. I've not got many pieces of this left now. I think I'll go for that. Okay, so I'm going to go for that piece. So I'm going to unload this. Okay, bend your card away. When your mat's really sticky, that will be harder to come off. As your actual mat has been used a lot, it will start to lose its sticky. Okay, so I'm going to put this on now, and again I'm going to brayer it down so you'll hear me doing it rather than seeing it. In fact, actually, let's get rid of that. If I shut that up more, I can get, no, I can't get it, the machine. I'm wanting to keep my machine in view. So I'm giving that really good press down. Okay, and now when it is DSP, so I just hovered over that. When it's DSP, I use the £65 cardstock, and again it's telling me the blade that's already in, and then it is loading the mat. Now I've never really noticed this before, but you can edit tools there, but this is greyed out, so I can't edit anything on this one. But that's interesting that I've never really known what that's for. But if you've got other tools on certain things, it'll let you, I think it's more for other machines really. Okay, so again I'm pushing to the left. You can hear when it goes over and it takes it in. There we go. And I've got my fine point blade in, so that's going to cut me this bit out. So again, I've got to click on my go. Okay, and then it's preparing it, and you'll see that it starts cutting. Okay. Okay, and again we've now got to unload it, so we'll press on the unload. There we go, and it unloads it from the machine. Okay, so again bend it back. There we go. Right, so that's out of the way. That one done. Right, the next one we have got is, I'm just hovering over it, it's the bow. Now it's very close to that corner, so actually I'm going to press on edit, okay, because I want to move this away from the corner because mine's starting to lose some of its sticky. I'm not going to have it right in the corner, so I've pulled it a bit away. And then when you're happy with that, I'm pressing on done. Now, I am going to make this with cardstock, so I'm going to press medium cardstock. So that's all ready for me to do. Now, I'm going to go up here because it looks as though my blade's getting duller. I'm going to drop that down and I'm going to press more, okay? So that's more pressure now. so that it will go a bit deeper to cut it. Now, the colour, I think I'm going to go for a bit of gold, I think. So let's see. So I've got some scraps of gold, so I'm just going to pick this out. I've cut lots out so far in this, but I'm just going to put this up in the corner there. I'm going to brayer it up in the corner there. Oh, see, it's losing its sticky. I placed it down, hadn't brayered it, and it completely moved, which is there, that's better. So I'm putting it up in that corner. Well, actually, I'm going to flip it round the other way because I want to see on the screen. So when you're using scraps, so I'm going to put this here a minute. I'm going to brayer this down. So I'm brayering it down. So give that a good brayer, even though you're not cutting anywhere down. Now, what I'm going to do, whoops, I put it over the sensor then so you can hear my machine set off, but I'm going to ignore that at the moment, because what I'm going to do, hover over to look at it. Now you can see that it's going to cut, so I'm going to put it on edit so we can see the full screen. Right, now the bow is going to cut about 1.5 on this side. So I'm going to look whether I've got 1.5. Yes, I have. And it also is going to be approximately 1.5 down. So I'm checking on here whether I've got it 1.5 down. Yeah, I think that's going to cut all right. Now, I am bothered that that's going to slip. So I'm just going to go in because I'm thinking, don't worry about my machine. I keep touching over the sensor, so it's starting it off to go backwards and forwards. I'm just going to tape it down. So I'm going to shut that a minute so you can see. I'm going to tape it along the top edge, and I'm going to tape along the side edge now. So this will hold it more in place. And I'll even give it a bit down here, I think, just make sure. So I've put it because I know it's going to cut in there. I'm just going to give it an extra, see if I can brayer it down a little bit more. So in we go now, and pushing again to my left hand side, making sure it's under both of these. Oops, cut that, click it back, and then there, that's it, and it takes it. So that will take it in and out. And it does allow you, you see there, it does allow you, if it's gone in crooked, you can pause that and get it back out again, so that it will, so I've got to click, once you do anything on your mat, you've got to click done. So now I can go into the bottom corner and click go. So move that out of the way, because it's going to cut that little bow. There we go. So it always does a test cut mark, and then it's going to cut out the bow for me. Okay. Yeah, it's done that. And then again, it always comes up to unload your mat. There. Okay. Right, so we can take that out. Now I'll just go for gently peeling this off. Don't want to spoil any of my card. Now, sometimes when I put this, because you can see that I've put about 1/4 of an inch down roughly, or an 1/8, to secure it in position. Now it will cut if your project goes right up into the corner and you've put your tape on, it'll cut through your tape. So that happens to me a lot where it cuts the tape. So okay, there you see this is slipping quite easy. My mat's getting quite old now. Right, so let's cut that out, and they come off easy. And then, so just put my bow on one side now. So that's my bow cut out. So the next thing it wants me to cut out is my my actual piece that I'm going to do across. Now I think I'm going to try, let's see, I haven't decided on what colour I want this. Although I've put it on yellow, I've not really thought about the colour that I do want. I don't know whether to actually go for a pale lemon, so I might go for a pale lemon. I think I'll have a look. Pale lemon, we'll have a go. Now sorry, I forgot to get my pale lemon out, so I am going to go for pale lemon. So I've got my pale lemon, and I'm going to put it on. Now, because I haven't done anything with, in fact, I'll put it on, no, we'll put it on the top. Okay, I'm going to brayer this down. Right, give that a good brayer, but I am going to use my tape, so I'm going to tape it. So I'll show you in a minute where I taped it, because I've got it on there. So I've taped it in 3 places, and now I'm going to look at the position and how it's done it. It's got it right up in the top corner. Now, because I'm going to press edit, and I'm going to bring this down. So I'm going to bring it away from the edge down here. Because I've got my tape up here, it would just cut into my tape and at the side. So I'm going to do it there. Okay. Now, so don't forget, when you alter anything, you've got to press your done. So I've done that. And then it's a medium cardstock, so I've got to press on that. Now, the star wheels, I'm going to do this. Okay, so I'm going to say got it, and I'm going to actually try some foiling with this. What you have in your foil kits is you have, of course, your foil blade. So I'm going to put my foil blade in. Now, normally what you do is, these are called your star wheels, and you'll move your star wheels. Whoops, let's stop it. Wait till it stops. You should move your star wheels like this. You should move your star wheels because every time I go over that, it's going to, so I'm going to push it that way and push it that way. So because my, let's see whereabouts it is. It's going to be around here, hopefully, the foiling, because these will mark your foil. Now I'm not touching those because I'm not doing a big piece of foil, so I'm only going to do it where the foil actually is going to be taken in and out. Now when you get your foil kit, it comes in a box. I've chucked the box away, but you get your blade, plus you get these tapes to tape it on, and you get so many pieces of foil. Now I don't know whether I've got, just going to see, oh there, I'm going to see if I can use an old bit of foil that I've made some foil on before, but I'm going to check. So I'm just going to, you have to position it with your foil up. So I'm going to put it about there, but I'm going to check. Okay, so I'm going to see where I need to position it. So I'm going to do it as though I'm editing it, because that's the best way to actually see it large on the screen. Whoops, there. Okay, so I can see that it's going to be starting off from like 1.5 going to about 2.5, okay, and down to my 3. So I want about 2.5 to 3. So let me have a look. So I'm going to say, if I put this, it started at 1.5, so I think I'll be all right about there. Right, I think that should do it. So what you do is you've got to put these on. So you get the tape off, and you place this on your foil. I'm going to put a bit more. Let's get that there. I'm going to put it on there. Now what you've got to do is you've got to stretch your foil. Now this is going to be difficult on camera. I'm going to try and do, because my machine's in the way. Peel this off. Right, so what you've got to do is stretch this. So I put the pick up that, and I'm going to have to flatten it down, and you pull to stretch it as much as you can. So you've got to have that as tight as you can, and then, sorry, as tight as you can, from there to there as tight as you can, and then you do the same with the sides. So I'm going to place it on the side, and as I'm placing it down, I'm pulling it as much as I can to make this as taut like a drum. Okay, you want it as like a drum skin. So I'm going to put that on and pull it as taut as I possibly can and do it down. Okay, so I've done that as much as I can. Now I'm just going to let my, and I don't chuck things away. You see, I've done butterflies, I don't chuck them away. Now I'm going to see how much of a success this is, because I did have a fantastic success. So of course now we can put this going in. There we go. And actually I think my star wheel's gonna wreck it. Right. Oh, it's not gonna, oh, I can. I'm gonna push my star wheel a little bit more towards the center, okay? Because those star wheels, they will go down on here and mark it, and if they mark that, then it comes through onto here. Right, so come on, my laptop's gone off. Right, so there we've got that. I have to press done because I had it so you could see it, so I'm going to press done, on, press done, yeah, and then we can go. So I'm going to go. There we go. And we'll see whether this will work for me. Okay, so that's done it. And what we've got to do now is gently take this off. Now you are not to unload, okay? This is the important thing. So very carefully start to peel your tape very carefully, because when it's new it could actually ruin your card. So I peel it very, very carefully off, and off your other side very gently and very carefully. There, and then this going up here. Now I'll deal with that later. Okay, so you do not move it. What you can, I'm actually going to put my star wheel back to its positioning roughly. So I think they're go about there. So change my scoring blade out now, put my cutting blade back in and click that too. So now you don't normally move your score wheels back, but I was able to get at them to move them back. It will do the next bit with no problem with leaving your scoring blades there. Right, then we're going to click go, and now it's going to do the cutting for us. Now, as I say, I had a massive success when I did these butterflies and these bits. I did have a massive success, but ever since I've tried, it's been more sketchy. And I'm going to show you, I'll show you a closer view when we've unloaded this. Okay, so now you've unloaded, it's telling you to put your star wheels back in position. I, however, have done that, so I can just unload it. Okay, and I will now show you the so take off your card. There we go, and I've still got that on. Right, I'm going to pop that out. Okay, move that out of the way. Right, now, is it going to focus for me? Right, now that is not, that's actually pretty good, actually. I don't know whether you can see it, but that's not bad at all, actually. I wasn't too bothered if this came out sketchy, because with it being postmark, then they sometimes come out rough and missing bits anyway, but I'm quite happy with that. That's not bad at all, and it's when I get it in there, look, that's pretty good. Whereas as I say, sometimes it comes out really sketchy. So maybe it's a lot to do with what you pick that you do. I mean, don't know whether it'll, no, it looks pretty good on camera, doesn't it? Yeah, it's not bad at all. That's because I weren't bothered about it, you see. If you're not bothered about something, then you know that's how it works, doesn't it? Right, now I am going to put the next pieces in, and I don't know whether I've got enough material, so I've again going to put this in, and I'm going to put it over to the corner, but oh yeah, this one will oh no, what am I thinking? No, I don't want to put that piece on. I've got a smaller piece that will do. Let's see. Oh, I'll put a smaller piece on this one. There we go. So I'm gonna make sure that this is, so this time I've put them in the top corners there. Now, because I need to brayer it down, so make sure you give it a good brayer down. So I would highly recommend one of these. Oops, look, that's fun, sticking that off. Right, now, get rid of my pen a minute. Now, if you look, and I'll just hover over this one, if you see that these 4 are going across, and my sheet, as you can see, goes down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on edit, and I'm going to pull them down, but I'm going to pull them away from the edge. So I'm going to pull them down and away from the edge. Okay, and this one here. Okay, because that materials I haven't got enough. Okay, don't forget, once you've altered it, we're going to press done. However, if you are using a whole sheet of paper and your mat's new, you can leave it entirely where it was. Okay, I'm just showing you how to do it when you've the materials you've got, you haven't got enough of. Now I'm going to keep it off camera because you've seen me do it all the time to what I need to press. So I need to press go. So I'm going to go down into my corner to press go, and we'll let it cut these out. So I'm going to put that. So I'm showing you little tips and tricks as you go along. Okay, that's going to ask me to unload it. So I'm going down to unload. And again, I'm going to peel this off. Be careful because it can rip your paper. I need to use more pressure because it's starting to fail me a bit, the blade. That's it. So we're going to bend that back, and I'm going to press from the back. Definitely need more pressure now. So I'm going to push it backwards and forwards till it comes out. It's not ruining anything. So my blades really. I'm just going to have a look as well to make sure that my blade is not got anything sticky on it, because if it does, that's another reason it's not cutting well. So right, so if you get this another way, I just get a really sharp pair of scissors and I go in and I just go along the line. So if you ever have this happen to you, just go along the line. There you go. And if you've got any fluff, just cut them off. Right, so I've got to keep going now, even on the lighter paper now. I even need to go onto the more pressure. But I'm just going to check my blade. I say to see, I need to take that off, so just look at it the normal way and just go along, cut off any fluffy bits. There we go, there we go. Okay, so you're getting all the tips and tricks now. So it's good that these things happen while I'm on camera, so then I can show you what I do. So I'm just going to have a look at my blade and see whether there does seem to be anything sticky on. And another reason that it doesn't cut so well is not only the actual blade getting dull, it can be all to do with your mat. If there isn't enough sticky in your mat, that gives you a poor cut as well. So I can see a few things on my blade, so okay, right, so I'll put my blade back in, but I will use more pressure for now. Okay, so I'll just need to just get that little bit off. Okay, there we go. Right, so there, those bits. Right, now the next thing we've got. So the next thing it's asking me, so although you saw that that was a green one, I can do, it doesn't recognise the matte colour. It's just giving you a key to work from. So you can put black card, red card, yellow card, anything you like in, and it will cut. Okay, so it's helpful for reference to have different colours. Well, I knew that pale green was going to be my little top pieces. Now I have got something that is green that I do want on green, so I am going to get some green card for that. Okay, so I'm going to bring out, so I'm going to get some green. Let's see, I think I will do shaded. See if we've got any green that I like in here. Yeah, I think I'll go for this. It is this colour here. It is in fact I can do it from the centimetre because that was holding up a bit better, the centimetre. So I'm going to put that on there. Okay, I'm going to brayer that down. Okay, braid that down. I'm going to also stick this down there, going to the side there, and we'll have that down there. Now you couldn't see that, so I'll show you where I've stuck them. Now what I need is again to pull this away from the top corner, because as I say, my mat is going. So I'm going to edit it and I'm going to pull that down there. That's just so that I'm not cutting into my tape, because the more you cut into your tape, the more sticky you're getting on your blade. And I'm going to use the £80 cardstock, but because I'm unsure about my blade, I'm going to put more pressure. Okay, and we're ready to actually put that through. So again, pull it to the side and it's going. Yeah. So if you hear a nasty like ping when it goes through, and comes back again and you hear this ping, that means you didn't get your mat quite right and you'll be curling your corners. So as you can hear, mine is going in without any hassle. So I've pressed go. There's no pinging noises, no problems with it because of me constantly pushing it to that side. Now you can push it, if you were left-handed, then you would feel more comfortable pushing to the right. So it's just my preference, and where my machine is, it's at the end of the table. So I stand this side, so I'm doing it there. So this is cutting out my flower base. So that's ready to unload, so I'll unload that. Unload. That's it. And again, just peeling my side bits off very slowly, so I'm not peeling all my card off. Oops, didn't do it slowly enough and it's started to peel a bit of my card, so I'm going to do that. And there we go. And so this will come off here. So just make sure you get any bits off. Okay, you don't want bits left on. So I'll push this through. Okay. Okay. Push it through the pack going away as well. Okay. I love these when it's got a lot of these little bits in. There's one there. There. So that's part of my lavender. Okay, what's the next one up? Oh, the next one, you see, it doesn't go definitely in sequence, because you'd think, well, you've cut part of the flower, you'll be cutting part of the flower and the other part of the flower, but you're not. So that's not happening. Right, okay, now again, I put these as 4. Now, if I'd got the, because this is going to be done in DSP, if I'd got, oops, just let me get that on there. If I'd got the right amount of DSP, I could cut all these out in DSP. However, I haven't. And why is the 2 there? Just double. I'm double taking here, thinking why them 2 smaller panels there. That's, so there's the 4 larger ones, and I've got 2 little ones here. I think that's front and that's back, isn't it? Right, so what I do in this case, I'm going to go to edit again. Now this time I'm going to click on this one here, and no, I can't go to edit then. So we're going to go done, because that didn't come up what I want. I want to get rid of this off here, and I want it to go onto the other one. So I think what I've got to do is press cancel. Okay, do I want to cancel the cut? Yes. Okay, now can you see I've got my 3 little dots now? So I'm going to click on this one, and where it says move object, I'm going to move this, and I want to put it on to the very next one. So it's telling you current, that's the one that I've just clicked on that corner, and I'm going to move it. So I've confirmed So that now has gone on there. So we can put it on there for the moment, and I'll see if I can cut it out with certain ones. We'll see. Right, so back to this one now. So I'm going to cut this out. Now, I want 2 front pieces and 1 middle, but this back, I'm going to go on to there, and I'm going to say hide selected, okay, because I only want this one here to be cut out in the DSP I'm using, and these 2, okay. When it's all together, I will show you. Okay, so now I can press continue, but before I do that, I'm going to need a piece that's 5 inches long and that it at least is more than 11. So 5 by 11. Okay, so let's have a look. I've got something stuck to what I'm using. So I'm going to just check. This is more than 5 and it's more than 11. So that's going to work out for me. So I can actually put that there. Now I've realised that I'm using a light coloured card, which means I would be able to do a text on this with a stamp because it's light enough. Now I've realised that, I'm going to go back, and the one that I hid I'm going to unhide. So I'm going back to here, I'm going to complete this. Now this is going to be the problem because this is going to cut into this tape here, and I think I might need some for the bottom now because we're going down low. So I'm going to put another piece on and put it on the bottom. Okay, so just gonna take this and take it up a bit further. So that's probably going to cut into that, but I'm not going to worry about that. So I'm going to have to go back because I've realised my piece is all right to be able to do what I needed to do on. So I'm going to go back to my edit. So this basic mat, can't see the edit. I'm just going to pull it. Right, come on. Oh, am I still on? Let's see. There. Right. I'm going to press cancel. Okay. So it's brought it back to the main. I didn't mean to go right back, but you can see if you have an accident, do this. I'll show you how to get to where we are. So I need to press make again, and I need to press on the mat again and confirm again. And we've already done that. We've already done right down to number 8 we're working on. So number 8, I can't have this panel here. So I'm just going to, again, I've got to move it again. So I'm moving that object, and that's going to go on to the next one. And then I press confirm. Okay. And we go back now to clicking on 8 because we want to work on 8. I can press continue because remember I took this one away, and now I've decided, because this piece is for the back, I've decided I can write my verse on and can write because it's a light enough DSP I'm doing. So I can press continue. However, it is DSP, so we need light, but remember I'm going for more pressure because I'm not sure whether it's my mat or whether it's my blade. Okay, so we've got the fine blade in, so push it to my side, go in, and it's going to take it in. So it will always come up on your screen pause, so if you hear any crunching, knocking or anything, pause it, unload it, and try again. Okay, mine just needs me to press go, so I'm going to press go and then off we go. Oh, okay, I've made a mistake. So I need to pause. Pause. Oh, it's right. Let's have a look at the other side of this. What's on the other side? No. I'm going to resume actually. I'm going to resume because I can put this on the back. I've suddenly realised that this is not what I wanted to do. It's not the one. I've realised that I've done my little pieces in this, and I didn't want to do the little pieces in this. I wanted to do some bigger pieces in this. So that's cut that out. I'm going to unload that. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to cut it out in this, and this is bigger, so it's going to work on this. However, that's too wide, so I'm going to just cut up here. Use my scissors to cut up there because I want to use this, and yeah, that's totally big enough. So I made a mistake there. We all make mistakes, but I'll use this. So now you can see that it's cut into the tape a little bit, not too much, but a little bit. So every time you're cutting into things like that that's sticky, that's going to have an effect on how your blade cuts. So I'm just going to have to go to my blade and see if there's anything on it. Again, I've cut into it, look, so there's that little bit there. Okay, so cut. Oops, sometimes it rips. There we go. There we go. Okay, get that off. Right, bend it away. The cutting out, you see the difference, it's falling out. That's the difference between a good cut and a bad cut. Right, so I'll put those all on one side because I can use them, but I want to, that's stuck in that corner. I'll do those. Now I want to repeat so much of that cut, but not all of it. Okay, so I'm just going to put this on my mat, use my brayer to brayer it down. Okay, I'm going to put my pieces on to make sure. There we go, and okay, so, and I'll do some on the bottom because I'm going all the way to the bottom. Right, now I need to look at my blade because it, so I can see some bits on it. Now I'm wondering how you can clean this blade, the new blades in there like that. You can push these blades and get more access to them, but if they're down there, I don't know how you're going to be able to clean them. So I've not thought about that until today. Right, okay, so got to bring that back in because I need to repeat this here. Oh, hang on. I don't need to repeat it. I've got it already on 9, so let's just edit 9. So put those in position. Let's have a look. Let's see. That's 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, 4 inch, 5 inch. Yeah, that's going to work out fine. So I can now press done, and we can go off on that. I'm actually, let's show you what I'm doing. I am going to my light cardstock, but I'm going to give it more pressure, remember. Okay, I've done that. Going to pop it in. It'll start going, scoop it in. And then we'll press go. Now obviously I'm doing this slow. You can do this a lot quicker than what I'm doing it because I'm talking you through things, and I keep moving my laptop, etc. I'd get it done a lot faster if I was doing this on my own. That's it. Okay, and I've just got to unload that. Right, unload. Okay, and again, peel these off carefully. I might have just managed to get away with not cutting into that. Oh, might have done it on this one as well. So this, if you were interested in this paper, it is still available from Stampin' Up. Lavender Perennials, I think it's called. Such pretty paper. That other pink though is not. That's a paper that I've had a very long time. It is actually Stampin' Up, but I don't know. It was a free one, I think, that I got. Right, so those two pieces, they are different, but I'm happy with that to do. And now the last piece we've got are the flowers. Now I'm going to do them lighter, so I'm going to put this piece on. Oh, I'm just going to check. So I'm going to check on here to see what the actual, right, so that's going up to 3 inches. And again, I think I'm just going to put it down a bit, so I'm going to edit it and I'm going to pull them down a little bit. So I really want something that's 3 inches by 3 inches. Press done. It's going to be medium cardstock because this is cardstock as opposed to a DSP, and I'm going to put on more pressure. Okay, so let's have a look. So it was, let's do it again. It was 3 by 3. Right, I'm wondering if I can get away with that. Let's see. 3 by 3. I'm just looking and double checking. Yeah, I think I can get away with that. So I'm just going to pull it slightly. You should put it in the corner, but I'm just going to pull it slightly away. I'm hoping that this works. So it's Highland Heather if you're interested in what colour I'm doing it, but it's a lilac-y colour. And I press it over here. Want it down on there. Need it down on the side, and the bottom I want as well. So let's oh, just a minute, is that just, oh, just on my laptop, that's okay. Right, so I did brayer this down, but I'll just give it another good brayer, and we are ready to put in. So I'll keep it going and go to the side. Okay, and then I've got to press go. Okay, so unload. There we go. Okay, so we're going to do that. Now I have used things that you need to have cricket access for, sorry, but you can always look for free versions of the things that I am using in your design space. You just need to put on, do the free stuff. I will, I don't know whether I showed you to do that, but if it's part of the filters that you can put free stuff in. Right, now I'm going to show you everything that we've got. So I am going to now just move my machine slightly, and I'm going to straight away, remember, should put your cover on. I know which way it should go up because the people that I've got on it, there, going to do that. Don't lose your blades. Right, so I'm going to show you all the things that I've got now ready for it, just to make sure we've got everything. So here's the card base. These two will fit on either side like that. Then the little ones will go on here like that. Then I had I did one of those, we can have that for the front actually, and this will then go at an angle like this, and you will have your piece of DSP. I did it, that will go like that, and you have got, this is going to go on somewhere like that. Then you've got your lavender that's going to go on the top, and these all will fit on here like that. So we'll work out which one goes where. I'm just going to plonk them for now. So that will be on there. And then you have the bow, and the bow seems to have disappeared. Oh, it's here. Can't see for looking. So you've got the bow. Oh, and I forgot to put the white in the background, sorry. So that goes in. So that basically is the front, and then I'll just knock those off. And the back, you have got this piece that will fit in the middle there, and these two pieces will fit on the outside, and I've left those blank, okay, because when we fold it over you'll see these. Right, so I will be back with a live video to actually show you how to put this all together. So I do appreciate that you've dropped by. I know it's a long video, but when you try and show people, you need to slow down and explain things to them. So thank you very much. Stay safe, stay well. Bye for now.